Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I thought I would share with you guys this makeup tutorial, how I created this look. This is a look I wore this weekend for a wedding that my husband and I attended for one of his cousins as well as one of our family friends. There were two weddings, they occurred at the same time. We went to the mass portion of one and the reception of the other. It was very, very nice. Both weddings were very special, very, very nice. The first wedding I wore just a simple blue dress too, and I did a contoured lid with no lashes and no winged liner and just a very kind of pale pink lip, and that was it. And then in between the weddings we came home and changed, and for the reception I did this look with lashes and winged liner and a red lip and wore a gown, which I'll show you guys later. I rented a gown from the runway that I absolutely love. It's a very classic gown, so I went with a very classic look, and classic for me is just, you know, the heavy lashes with the red lip. I added to it with the wing liner and the Fantasme just for a little sparkle. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for your patience. This video is going to touch on the last two tutorials that I've created, and you guys will know those as the how to contour a hooded lid video as well as the winged liner video that I did. I created both of those with my webcam, so I know the quality is not too great. However, this video, like I said, basically builds upon both of those looks. So you will see the how to create a contoured hooded lid again, as well as how I stamp my eyeliner on, so my winged liner method. So both of those, plus the lashes and the Fantasme, which just builds upon the look that I've been wearing nonstop for the course of May. So thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned and I will show you how to achieve this look. Thank you. Okay, so to start, I'm just going to use a primer on my lid. This is the Lorac Behind the Scenes Primer. I have already completed my base makeup and started on my other eyelid. So you just go ahead and tap that in all over your lid. Just work it in so that it's even. You don't want any primer to leave lines or anything that will show through. Usually that's right in here where it will leave a line where it doesn't get blended. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Anastasia Highlights Matte Pencil right underneath my brow, which is right here. And when I put it on, I'm kind of pushing into the brow as well as just kind of writing it into place. And then I'm going to take MAC's Mylar Eye Shadow, which is a really good inner corner color, and then just a fluffy brush, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corner of my eye right in here, and I get it kind of heavy-handed in there. And then I'm going to take it also down here onto my lower lid, and this is kind of where that Fantasme will be placed later. And don't be afraid to really pull it down, and then just the rest of it I sweep to make an even layer of shadow on my lid. Okay, now the next step you will notice from my last tutorial, or my last two tutorials, and it is basically the contoured eye, the naked contoured eye. And I'm going to use the Naked Basics palette by Urban Decay, and it's that WOS and Foxy. And I just mix them together with that same brush and then apply it to that lower portion of my eyelid right in here, just to create a blank area to start contouring on. Okay, and then I will take that Naked 2, which is this color, on just my contour brush, whichever contour brush you decide to use. And I'm going to get the color, oh, I said Naked 2 already, didn't I? Okay, I'm just going to get that onto that brush, and then I'm going to contour that lid out from here, right above where that fold is, just to give some dimension. And I did do this tutorial. If it wasn't the winged liner one, it was the one before. It's the how to contour a hooded lid tutorial, which is basically what I'm doing. And this tutorial basically builds upon the last two tutorials that I've done. It's the exact same look with lashes and Fantasme as an added pop. So that's basically it. And you're just going to contour your lid out, and of course you're going to blend so that it is even. And there's that blended. And what I did for this particular event, this wedding, is for the church, I just did this look minus the winged liner and the lashes with kind of a pink lipstick. And then for the reception, of course, I amped it up because we came home in between the two things. So for the reception, I amped it up to a different level. So, okay, then I'm going to take that faint color, which is this one, that deer color that I love, on the same brush. And I'm just going to apply it into that outer area of my lid, right there. And of course bring it in a little bit. And blend. And remember, blending is one of the key things to creating a contoured lid that looks contoured, that looks naked to a certain degree, or just, you know, put together. You don't want any harsh lines. Okay, so just even that out. And I'm also going to take it on my pencil brush, which looks like, ooh, that, wow, I've got really bad, no focus, okay. And that goes right underneath my lower lash line like that. And lastly, that Crave color, that dark chocolate brown, I'm just going to tap the brush, literally just tap the brush into it and place it right here in this outer corner, just a little. And then I'm also going to wing it a little into my lid, like so. And I will blend that together as well. Okay, and then with my pencil brush, again, that same Crave color, I'm going to go underneath my lower lash line like so, just to darken it up a little bit. And make sure that this outer corner, you can see kind of the beginning of my wing taking shape right out here, where I just pulled it up with that pencil brush, and then I'm just going to blend it a little. Okay, now this is what we have so far. So for your contoured lid, this is pretty much the look that we go for. Okay, so for the wing next, I'm going to take the Maybelline Eye Studio eyeliner in Blackest Black, which looks like this, and then my eyeliner brush. This again is the e.l.f. professional eyeliner brush. I like to use anything that is flat and really thin. You can see that it's very, very thin. And then all you want to do is make sure you keep the bristles very flat, very pressed together, so that they create a very thin appearance on the outer edges. And then just get that liner onto it and wipe off the excess on the tip, because you want to keep this extremely thin, like very, very pressed together. That's the only way that it's going to work for the stamped eyeliner method. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch the winged eyeliner tutorial that I did before this one, and it talks about the stamp method of getting your winged liner to line up on the outside of your the actual wings. So then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to stamp like you saw me do in that video, and you can see where that line is. It just follows the natural line of my lid. This lower lid is what I'm following, and of course it's going upward because I want my eye lifted. I don't want it coming out or angled down or anything like that. I want it pulled up. So that is where my line, that is my mark, and because I followed that line, it's the exact same on both sides. And then you just start working on your actual liner. And for that, you can, of course, pick up more liner from your pot and place on your lid. And I, of course, keep my liner very thin because I have such small eyelid area. The thinner for me, the better. However, a lot of people look better with thicker lines, so thicken it up according to your preference. And then connect the outside. I want to make sure I'm connected here. Connect the outside. And all I do is I take that brush and I place it like right about here and fill in this area. Where that wing is, of course I've already messed up. Right here. Pulled it a little too high. Okay, we're just gonna work with that, but typically my liner does not go that high in the outer corner. Okay, and then at some point you may want to switch to a pencil liner brush. I know I like to eventually. I can't use the flat one for everything, but it works fairly well for the actual placement of my liner. So then I switch to a thinner pencil brush, and this is a bent liner brush. It's the C217 from Coastal Scents. Then I'll get my liner in that, and I will, oops, just go in and make sure that that area out here, the wing is perfected. And you want to connect it and everything. And that is my finished look. Now, mind you, I do have a little bump right here that would not be there. I messed it up and I can't correct it now because I'm on camera and all my makeup is in my other bathroom. So at this point my lashes are going to cover them up and I'm fine with that. Okay, so this is my overall look, and next I'm just going to curl my lashes and put some mascara on. Okay, so then I'm going to take the Fantasme, Chanel's Fantasme, which I think I've owned this for 2 years now and I love it. I love it so much. Looks like that. I've barely made a dent in it and there's so much left all the time. And I'm going to take it onto my ring finger, the pad of my ring finger, and I'm going to press it in, and then what is on my finger I'm going to put into my eye socket, just pressing with my finger, and then bring it down onto my cheek a little, and then up across my lid. And you just want to do it very lightly to make sure that it gets on. And then you can take a brush and finish the blending. And so for this, I'm just going to use a regular brush, eyeshadow brush. It's what I usually do my highlight shadows with. Anything light I do with this brush. So just go in, and then those sparkles you want to distribute and make sure that they are evenly placed. I go right here in my inner corner. And then pull it down. And when I did this look, I was kind of doing a run through last week, just so that I had like my entire look pulled together. And when I did it, I had just the sparkle up here and just kind of right in here. And my husband came in and said, why don't you run it down your, your eye, like bring it lower. And I did it a little bit, and then he was like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. He's like, do it like, this. And he literally took the brush from me and the Fantasme shadow and started placing it himself. And the overall look I thought was so pretty that that's the look I went for. And that is simply pulling it down here across your lower lid, and then also running it in here where your nose is. And I know, it might be too much sparkle for some people, but for me, I thought it was absolutely beautiful. And I had so many compliments on it that it's, kind of crazy. I was taking credit for it, and really it was my husband who had suggested it in the beginning. Okay, so just run that Get it all over your lid as much as you would like. I know, like I said, you may want to tone it down, you may want to amp it up. That is it, and that is the finished look. It is just a very simple contoured lid with winged liner, and then the Fantasme is just kind of the bedazzlement of the actual shadow, and it picks up on light and everything so nicely. It just looks so unique, so really pretty. Okay, so next step is going to be placement of your eyelash, and these are the Red Cherry number 82s. I've already lit the glue. I've applied the glue and let it set, so I'm ready to just apply them. And I do that by simply placing them in the center first, and then placing the two ends separately. So in the center, and then I do the outer edge, like so, and then I will place the inner edge. And then I just get them set. And the key is once you get them placed on your lid, let it dry. Don't touch, don't mess, don't pull, don't tug, don't do anything until that glue is completely dried. And this lash glue is the Revlon Precision Lash Glue. It goes on when you paint it on. It's kind of a neon blue color. And when it dries clear. So as long as I see that neon blue color, I know that it is still wet, and I know not to mess with it. So just let it dry. I mean, literally, don't try to apply any eyeliner or do any covering up yet. Wait until it's completely set in place to do that. So that is the overall look of my lid. I love it, absolutely. I mean, I love the wing liner with a contoured lid, and then that Fantasme just dresses it up so much more. So there you have it. And I will share with you my lips and my cheek color next. And for my cheeks, I was using just Nars Matahari Blush, which is a very pretty kind of dusty rose shade. Very lightly though, because if you're going to do red lipstick, you don't want a pink cheek or anything that's going to clash with your lipstick color. So I applied it extremely light, just kind of a wash of color on my lids. And then before I go too much further, I'm going to go ahead and set my eyebrows in place, and I do that by brushing them up and then using the Anastasia brow gel in clear, although mine has taken the tinge of a tinted one because of my my eyebrow powder. And I just brush my brows into place, and it sets them. Basically, it's like clear mascara for your brows. I also use it on my hairline for my baby hairs, just so that they're in place and they don't move throughout a night or throughout an evening or anything like that. So, okay, there you go. And I will pull back so that you guys can see a little bit more before I apply my red. Okay, so for my red lipstick, I used Makeup Forever's Aqua Rouge in number 8, which is Iconic Red, and it's an absolutely beautiful color. It worked extremely well on my lips overnight. Did not wear off. It doesn't transfer, so when you have it on, it does not leave stains on your napkins or your wine glass or anything like that. So I loved it. It doesn't travel. If your hair, gets your strands or anything get on your lips, it doesn't pull across your face or anything. So it just stays in place. It's really, really nice. You take the red section of that lip color and you run it. I do it in the center so that most of the concentration is there, because if I start lining, you're going to have like a heavy buildup where you want to line. So I start in the center and then just start lining your outer lid. You do have to work kind of fast, fairly fast with this. Okay, and then, like I said, work fast, get it on, clean up any messes that you make as soon as you make them. So literally like wipe away any smudges that you get on the outside lines or anything as soon as you do them, because it will dry and you'll be stuck with that stain for the rest of the night. And then go ahead and get it on that intersection right there. Only because you don't want a line, or when you're talking to people you don't want, you know, that weird line. It just happens. It's like a light pink. And then let it dry. I would say let it dry for longer than you think you need to, only because when you apply the clear gloss you don't want for this to still be wet, or it will not be as what's it called? It will be transferable. It won't set as you know, in place as you need it to. So yeah, you'll notice like when I pull this out, I didn't let it dry and the color transferred onto the clear gloss. This should just be clear. And the first couple of times that I did this, I let it dry completely and then applied it, and there was no pink or red remnants on the gloss. So just let it dry completely. If you do it too early, you will affect how it stays in place, because then it will transfer. I touched up, and I was in the bathroom of the reception, so I touched up in the bathroom before we had cake and coffee, and I did not let this dry. I just applied it and then applied the gloss, which is why it turned red. And then when I went to drink my coffee, I left a red ring on the coffee cup, and it was the only time it happened that night. It was just because I did not let this set, so just let it set. Okay. Then go ahead and apply the gloss. And you can leave it matte too, which looks really prettier. The gloss just gives it a really pretty sheen. So that is the overall finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, just like I said, you try to keep the blush as pale or not as vibrant as you can. And the red lip, and then with the lashes and the Fantasme, just really creates a very pretty overall look. So thank you for watching again, like I said, and I'll take some pictures. They'll be on my blog as well as throughout the video. Sorry, brother. My son's standing underneath me. I just dropped that on his head. Sorry, booger. Okay. Is that visible? Okay. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.